Hi, I'm joined by the lovely Helen, who's agreed to talk to me today about the 30-day programme. So Helen and I, we met, didn't we, at a ladies' networking meeting. And it was the day that I was actually talking about the 30 Days to Healthy Living programme, which I know so many of us are really getting excited about for January, and we've got some incredible deals. But what was it for you, Helen, that kind of got you excited about like the prospect of maybe doing the 30 days?
Okay, so for me, it was when you went through all the list of things that it could help with. I'd got a lot of those. When I first met you, I'd just finished my course of treatment for breast cancer. The breast cancer put me into the menopause, and then the menopause gave me lots of symptoms: hot flushes, bad temper, irritability, mood swings, lack of energy. I wasn't sleeping very well. And as you went through your list, I was able to tick off lots of things that I thought would be really good. I didn't want any medication from the doctor. I'd had enough medication pumped into me, so I wanted to do something naturally. And I'd been looking, so it was just, must have been fortuitous that you were there on the day doing that I came. So yeah.
Oh, that's so nice to hear, because I think actually a lot of the time when we talk about the 30 days, a lot of people really associate it with just weight loss. And for me, that's kind of is a nice kind of byproduct of it, if that's what people want. But actually trying to improve people's health, their well-being, there's lots of things that kind of creep up on you, isn't there? Like over time, you know, of course, obviously you went through some quite intense treatment, but just someone of well health, you know, actually, you know, things like irritability or brain fog, fatigue, headaches, migraines, joint pains, things like that, were actually people just take for granted. And actually, you know, we need to be reversing that. So when you started the program and you got obviously enrolled into the Facebook group, did you find it quite easy to follow? Did you enjoy the process?
Yes, I did. The breakfast shakes were really easy. I wasn't very adventurous with it. I didn't get as far as making the pancakes or anything like that, but I just enjoyed the shake. I threw lots of fruit into it, so strawberries, raspberries, blueberries. I think it said 2 shakes, but because I put such a lot of fruit in, I actually couldn't manage 2 shakes in a day. I was quite full from one, and then I'd have the clean meal at night, the herb tea. The fizz sticks were my absolute lifesaver. Very quickly, I noticed a difference in my energy levels. Very quickly, I started to sleep better. It took longer for the brain fog to go completely, but it did. I can't say I stuck to it exactly every day. There were some days that I fell off, but you know, get back on. And at the end of it, I had lost weight as well. I was quite a lot of weight going through treatment, and I'd put some of that back on. And to my mind, I'd put a bit too much back on. I went through people saying, "Oh, you've lost too much weight, you look too thin," and I listened to them, and the weight went back on. But actually, having gone back on, I wasn't comfortable with it. I wanted to come off, and that just was a byproduct. Really, it did just come off. But the main things were just, you know, the better sleep, the clearer head. I think the fact that you're sleeping better automatically clears your head. But I'd had sort of the brain fog for quite a while anyway, not able to concentrate. I tried to go back to work and I just couldn't focus, couldn't concentrate at all. So back off again. But that's really, really gone now.
Oh, amazing. So you obviously mentioned about the fact that, you know, through the treatment that you were going through for your breast cancer, that it kind of triggered the menopause a little bit earlier. Did you find that the 30 days helped with anything?
Yeah, it did. I mean, mainly the irritability and the brain fog. Some of it was from the chemo, but a lot of it was from the menopause. And I would get terribly, terribly hot. I think at night, if it was at night, they call them night sweats. During the day, it's hot flushes. Unfortunately, I never had them during the night, but I did have them during the day. And I don't know whether it's the protein shake or the fizz sticks, but I've not had a hot flush for quite a while now. I did the 30 days, and I've done it again since the 15. And it was only a couple of days into when I did it 15 that I thought, you know, I've not had
really
hot flush.
Oh, amazing. So what would you say then, if when you're on the program, obviously there are certain things that we have to cut out. Did you find any of them particularly hard? Are there things that you think actually, you know, you avoid more so than what you were doing before?
Yeah. I thought I'd struggle more cutting out tea, because I do like a drink of tea. I only drink decaf tea anyway, but I cut that out, and I didn't struggle with that at all, because the fizz sticks are so lovely, and the tea bags as well. I've never really liked herbal tea, and I thought, ooh, but actually they're really nice, and I found they were really. I had one just before I went to bed, and they were really comforting and soothing. I think that helped with the sleep as well. When I broke the 30 days, it tended to be for my sweet tooth chocolate, but I still had far less sweet stuff than I would have done otherwise. Dairy I didn't miss at all. I think it was mainly just the chocolate.
Yeah, I think so, we find, this may not have been the case for you, but there's now sort of a growing trend of people that are quite reliant on sugar, and usually gets to about day 4 or 5, and they're like, it's almost like a come down, because people can be so like addicted to sugar. It's actually more addictive, I think, than like cocaine. There's a great documentary I was watching, but that tends to be where people struggle a little bit, and it just kind of made me think, wow, like I've actually been living reliant on these kind of, for me it was definitely coffee. I had an awful addiction to coffee, and I definitely did struggle, but now, you know, I feel like not reliant on anything. Okay, so going forward then, like, is there anything, would you like recommend for people to do the programme? Like, what do you kind of enjoy carrying on, like, on an 80-20 basis?
Well, I'm still doing the protein shake. That's my breakfast every day. The fizz sticks, I wouldn't be without now. They get me through. Some days I only have one when I get up in the morning. Some days it depends what I've had for lunch. Sometimes I get an energy dip after lunch, especially if I've had white bread, in which case I'd have another one. But the shakes, I went a few days without the shakes, and I was hungrier when I had something different to the shakes for my breakfast. Quite often I make the shake when I get up. It's quite often 10 o'clock before I actually get round to drinking it, and you know, I'd look at the clock when the girls come home from school, and I wouldn't have had anything else to eat. When the few days I didn't have a shake and just thought, I just fancy something else for breakfast, I was starving by 11 o'clock. And that's it then. Once that starts, you're starving through the whole day. So I was eating a lot more. So it was only because I'd run out of the frozen fruit that I throw into it that I had something else for breakfast, but I'm resupplied with the fruit now. So I'll go back to that.
My body really craves that shaking, especially maybe after the weekend when I've you know, been a little bit off plan, or I've been, you know, out for breakfast. I really like look forward to Monday, and it feels like back into like you know, back into my routine. My body just thanks me so much for that. Okay, so obviously in January, so many people are going to be wanting to set new goals. You know, it's a new year, it's a new decade. It's really exciting. Do you know, what are your thoughts in terms of like recommending like this, you know, for anybody, you know, that struggles with something similar? Would you think it's, you know, good for you?
Absolutely, I mean, I tried all sorts of things. I mean, when you're on chemo, your taste changes. So I didn't want any of the sweet stuff. I didn't have anything sweet for months and months and months. It just went, and my body absolutely craved broccoli and blueberries. Our fridge was just broccoli soup, broccoli flan, broccoli everything, and loads of blueberries. And as that effect wore off, unfortunately the sweet tooth came back, and that was part of what you were saying. I mean, I don't drink much alcohol, but chocolate is or cake is my go-to, and I don't want to be like that, because I know that the weight can go back on and all those sorts of things. So I just feel so more in the room, if you like, for be it the menopause or the chemo or the radiotherapy, whatever it was. A lot of the time I kind of felt like life was happening here, and I was kind of watching it from a corner of the room, really. But with the 30 days, that all cleared, and for the first time in sort of 8-9 months, you know, I really kind of felt present in the room. And when I stop the shakes, or if I miss the fizz sticks, I'm back there. It feels foggy. It feels like I'm watching again. So much more energy. I started the 30 days, and that helped me with back at the gym, swimming, those sorts of things. I was doing it before, but I'd go and come home and fall asleep, whereas now I can do that, come home and carry on with the day. So I was very conscious that my body must be full of toxins as well. And you mentioned that at the business lunch as well, and it just sounded all round, you know, everything I've been looking for. I've done other detox things or tried them in the past, and the things that you've had to drink have just been, it was a struggle to swallow them. You know, so yeah, you got to the end of it, but it wasn't something that you'd think you almost got to the end of it and thought, thank goodness I finished that. Whereas I got to the end of this and thought, you know, I just want to keep it going. More of a lifestyle.
Absolutely. I think that's the thing. This is about retraining habits and a complete lifestyle change. So thank you so much for taking the time to do that. I know that so many people will find it helpful hearing from somebody else.
That's okay.